Hey guys, it's Jed from Nage Graphics, and basically what we did, we decided to start a show just to basically promote our clients and the people that we work with. So this is called Client Talk Convo with a Client, and it's sponsored by Connect. I'll talk more about Connect after the interview, but let me show you what kind of stuff they do. All right, I don't know if you can see this right there. Bear with me, bear with me. Yeah, you can see it's like augmented reality. It's like there's actually something on my jumper now. And let me show you with this. Sorry about the shameless plugs, but you know what, we gotta do what we gotta do, innit? Alright, see this card, yeah, 1 second. Well, connect. Well, basically today we've got one of our guests. He is Logo 99. We done a 100 logo challenge, and it was inspired by George Peniche. Forgive me, brother, if I mispronounce your name. That is actually Nipsey Hussle's graphic designer. It was inspired by him, you know what I mean, for us to do the logo. So this is logo number 99, and our guest is going to introduce him soon. But this show is sponsored by Connect, and it's dedicated to one of my brothers, one of my bros, a good friend of mine who passed away, DJ Mega Express. You get what I'm saying? Bro, we miss you. You get what I mean? And all love. Well, let's get to my guest. To me, this guest is more than a legend. You know what I mean? Soon as we done business together, we clicked and stuff. But let him introduce himself. Bro, where you at?
Peace, peace. What up, what up, what up? Shyheim, aka the Rugged Child, aka the Man Child, Wu-Tang Killer be on the swarm, ISO 360. What's up? What's up?
What's good,
Peace,
bro?
what's up, my brother?
I'm good. I'm good. So basically, introduce yourself and tell the people who you are for those that don't know.
Um, my name is Shyheim, aka some people call me the Rugged Child, the name I got in the Stapleton housing projects in the early 90s. Um, some say member, some say affiliate, some say I don't know, Wu-Tang Killer Beat, recording artist, actor, entrepreneur, uh, first and foremost father,
Hmm.
uh, and I would like to say hip hop historian.
Definitely, man. Definitely a
Yeah.
hip hop historian. So you know when you've been in the game for years, decades. So when you was growing up in hip hop, would you say visual representation was an important thing to you at that age?
Yeah. Well, yeah, because it had to it was just a different process, you know what I mean? Video and graphics always played a part in hip hop, in music as well as graffiti, you know, that was it on the street corner. You know what I'm saying? It was the visual art that matched hip hop with the breakdancing and with the hip hop playing in the background. So once it became a business, I think it just left the street corners and the buses and the trains and stuff like that and went on album covers and then later on to transfer over to merchandise and billboards and things like that. But to me, that's the original spray painting and graffiti artist. Yeah.
Okay, so you know
So
when it comes to graffiti, um, Gano Grills, he was a graffiti artist, wasn't he?
yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah. Gano Grill still shout out to Gano. Yeah, you can't go nowhere without seeing Gano's name written somewhere. You know what I'm saying? But that's what's crazy because he's a famous tagger, you know what I'm saying, as well as an actor and entrepreneur and a bunch of other things. Yeah. But
Okay, so you know when it came to the process of you with your albums and so forth, did you have any sort of creative control when it came to your covers, the logos, etc.?
yeah, everything with me, I always used what related to me. So it's like my first album cover I wanted it on a project bench, right? But I had took the photos and they had this wanted to go with the profile, the
Hmm.
side view profile.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? And then after a while, and when it once they explained the reason, it made sense. That's why one of the things that drew me to you was that when we discussed Isaiah's, not only did you come back and say, hey, this is what it looks like, you explained to me how it got there. And that's the same process that with artist development used to happen. Like, yeah, we would go out, do a photo shoot, and then we would come back and look at all the pictures on the table, and then we would pick the best picture, and then it would all be going towards a concept. You know what I mean? And that's a dope process to really, it's a bit different now than before because you was actually looking at the actual paper and the actual picture. Then now it's really like digitally sent and stuff like that. But yeah, that's always dope to see a finished product.
Yeah, man. Basically, well, that leads me on to my next question. Basically, what I want to do is basically show you some of your old album art, yeah, and you tell me what comes to mind. Like, let's go into the mind of Shyheim at the present day. When you see these album covers, you tell me what you're thinking. Number one.
Oh man, I was so excited to put this poster on my wall. Like, you know what I mean? To have a real poster, like that was
Hmm.
everything, man. That was a kid's dream coming true.
Okay, okay. And this one here.
he I would say internalizing. At this point, I'm learning more about the business,
Hmm.
and at the same time, I still want to be a kid. So if you kind of look at my face, I kind of like don't really want to
Want to
be
be
there,
there? Yeah, you look pissed off.
you
That's why I
know.
had to ask you. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, because I wanted to play basketball and hang with my friends, but that's not what business called. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I had to do a photo shoot. So I was pissed off to do a photo shoot, and that's what you got.
So was this actual cover? Whose idea was it? Was it the labels yours? Whose idea was it?
um, well, what it really was, it was me leaning against a fence.
Hmm.
So that's just a neighborhood picture, you know what I'm saying, of me against a fence, or it might have been a brick wall, but that they
Hmm.
took through the gate.
Yeah.
So it's like I believe it was maybe a handball court. So it was just a day, and I always try to do photos and things like that to be like a real life experience. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
that wouldn't be no different than me posted up in my neighborhood against the wall, just kicking it. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I
Um,
hear you. I hear you. Okay. So this image, obviously, it's your early album. So what comes to mind when you look at this image?
oh man, control. At least I thought I had control. This was the first album that I actually did on my own completely. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
from stepping into an executive, even though I didn't get the credit for executive producer, but you know what I'm saying? Me and my team at the time put it all together. And this photo shoot here, the little kid in the picture is actually my little cousin.
Okay.
His father is he goes by the name of Killer Kane. And on my first record, I'll be like, yo, Killer Kane, where you at?
Yeah.
Kane is my cousin, but my brother cousin, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. I
when
hear
I
you.
got a record deal, he went to prison for murder, you know what I mean? And this was his son. So
Okay.
it was kind of like through his son's eyes to seeing his father through me, that and everything that I was representing of being a man child
Okay.
at
So
that
at that
time.
point, was you his guardian? Was you his legal guardian, or was you just looking out for him
No,
as
no,
well?
no, 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 no. I was just representing, and I was just like, yo, I gotta get Kane's son in the picture, little Kane, baby Kane, looking in the mirror to represent me and Kane when we was that age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that, man. I hear that. That's definitely a timeless piece and a moment in time, and you know what I mean. So, yeah, the next image what I'm gonna show you is I seen this image ages ago, but I think it says so many things without saying a lot. You get what I'm saying? It sounds silly, but when you look at when I show you this image, you will be reminded. This image here, what comes to mind?
Um, I was struggling,
Hmm.
I guess. At the same time, like parables, like good and bad. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And it's like at times I felt like I was robbing myself.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? By staying around. But when it's something that's all you know, like your neighborhood, and there's no other place but there.
Yeah.
But the other side, I was saying, at this time, Hollywood, movies and things like that was starting to happen for me. And it was like I was trying to balance being the star and just being a rugged child from Stapleton Projects, because people think you change, but I think things around you change, which ultimately changes you.
Yeah. Definitely, man. Definitely. Okay, so when it comes to your first album, tell me about how can I put it? The atmosphere. If you can remember the atmosphere of the album, the hype and everything for you personally, not everyone around you, for you, how did it feel?
Um, in all honesty, it didn't fail.
Okay.
A lot of it didn't fail. Um, and I say that because I was just living,
Hmm.
but I wasn't enjoying and maximizing each moment.
Yeah, because you was only a kid
So
at that time. So.
although I lived through it all,
Hmm.
I haven't, and I experienced it. I didn't internalize it as much as I wish I would have. You know what I mean? Like I feel it as I go back and I'm writing my book and my story. I remember the times, right?
Hmm.
But the feeling, I search for that feeling. You know what I mean? It's like I've been around the world, right? But I went to these places, but I didn't experience these places. So I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, how do I be here and didn't experience where I was at? And but now I'm older, I see that vision. So I'm
Yeah.
like, damn, next time around the globe, you're gonna probably catch me at museums and
Yeah.
landmarks and things like that I didn't go and I wasn't searching for that during those times. So I feel like all of it with music. I lived through it and I experienced it, but this time I'm experiencing it on a different level,
Yeah, I
different,
hear you
different.
because I would assume that obviously back then you were a kid in it, so you're not going to be really taking in what's really happening. Like you said, you wanted to be a kid, you'd rather play basketball or do something else than do all this stuff, you know what I mean? So I understand that. When the album was released, did you have any idea that your release date was the same day as Nas's Illmatic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
So what was the kind of did they tell you that are you going against not going against Nas, but are you telling you that you know what I mean? Because I remember how the hype was over
Actually,
here.
yeah, actually, I think around the same time was me, Nas. It was the same day.
Yeah, yeah,
Wasn't
yeah.
Snoop? Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Same
didn't know
day.
it was the same day,
Yeah,
but
19th of April. 19th of April,
yeah,
1994.
yeah, because we was on promotional tours around that time, and I remember doing a lot of show dates with him, right? And you
Yeah.
and you would hear you would hear just like I would hear, right? The bickering going on. Like I was young,
Yeah.
Oh no, Shyheim's going on after Nas. How the hell Nas going on? Or vice versa. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, it didn't make me no difference because I really was a fan
Hmm.
of Nas and everybody from that era. But what made it weird was that although I was a fan, these was my peers, and even though these is my peers and I'm younger than them,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So it was
Yeah.
like at the same time, can you imagine like, yo, I'm at the stage looking like as a fan
Ben,
hype,
yeah,
and they like, yo, you got to get ready, get on stage or whatever. And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
yo, I want to, be a fan and be, but yeah, wow. I didn't really, I guess, pay attention that it was the same day, man. Well,
yeah, man. Same
yeah, well,
day.
that's a great thing for hip hop, man.
Yeah,
Illmatic was
that's
still
some.
is one of the best albums of all times, man. And hey, even that AK the Rugged Child didn't do too bad. I think he got 4 mics and
Yeah,
Nas got 5, I think, that
he got
year.
4 mics. It was number 7 on the hip hop and R&B chart, and I think he was
Yeah.
57 on the 100 Billboard chart. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've been doing my research,
Yeah.
bro. So, so
Yeah.
another
That's
thing is,
dope. That's dope.
the reason why I asked that is because obviously the anniversary of that album is coming up soon. Are you going to be doing anything to celebrate it?
Oh,
Because
I didn't even
yeah, man. Because